Hi everyone and welcome to Mighty Kiddos. In today's video, I will be sharing with you the top 4 exercises to use to ensure that your child meets his developmental milestones accordingly. These exercises are aimed at strengthening your baby's core. Strengthening the baby's core is essential to helping them meet their milestones such as sitting independently, walking, crawling, and pulling to stand. If you're interested in finding out ways you can help your baby meet those milestones, stay tuned. Now, these exercises are super important for kiddos that are, for instance, premature, kids that are having or experiencing some low muscle tone. And the reason why you want to avoid a poor core is because it's going to affect their posture, right? So they're going to slouch a lot. They are going to engage in W sitting, which is not good for their legs. It's not good for the hips. And they're also going or may also be delayed in meeting the other milestones such as crawling, pulling to stand, and walking. I want to let you know that the first 2 things you want to keep in mind when we're doing all of these exercises is number 1 is we want to make sure your baby's head is straight. We don't want your baby's head to the one side or to another side or lagging behind too much. So just be mindful of that to have your baby's head straight. The second one is that it's very important in every single one of these exercises to have your baby looking at you. So these exercises double as an opportunity for you to bond and connect with your child, make these exercises fun, and encourage them to continue working on them, okay? As the first exercise is bringing your kiddos' feet to their mouth. Most kids will meet this milestone on their own anywhere between 4 and 6 months. Just make sure that your child is medically cleared to do these exercises. Just make sure that we're not hurting them. It is very key to not push their legs. If you feel resistance a little bit, okay, bring it back down. If your son or daughter has very tight core, what you can do is roll up a towel and put it underneath their tushy so they're kind of elevated, and that releases their abdominal muscles. So in that case, you are more freely, the child has more range of motion to bringing the legs up towards their mouth. Another thing you could do while you're doing this is bringing their hands to their feet if they can't reach it directly to their mouth. So you really want to encourage this. Start off as early as you can, get your baby to move in that way. Remember that when they first come out, they are not very relaxed, right? They're flexed. They're used to being in a very constricted environment. For the next exercise, there's 2 different variations. So we're going to talk about pull to sit. These are super important because it's kind of like doing a sit-up, right? That's essentially what the baby is doing. And the first variation I want to talk to you about is when you're folding your legs like this. You put your feet either on a coffee table or you sit on your couch, put your feet this way, and you bend your knees. Then you have your kiddo on your knees. This is more important for the smaller babies. I would say maybe 2-3 months. This is where we want to start in this position. So just remember that the steeper the angle that you're holding your baby in, that means it's going to make it easier. So you start at the highest level and you pull your baby up gently. Depending on how old they are, if they're very young, if you're starting at 6 weeks, I would say support them by the shoulder, okay? You never want to pull their hands, never. You want to either pull by their arms, right? Or by their shoulder. Lightly pull this way, bring it back down. You could even make it a little more exciting by dangling a toy in front of you. And this is when you talk and you connect with your child. So little by little, you start lowering your knees and your thighs. So the angle in which the baby has to work at getting up is a lot steeper. So the second variation to this exercise is just laying the baby flat on the ground and you are doing the pulling. You gradually get to the point where your baby will be doing a full sit-up. Even though you're doing most of the pulling, your baby's still flexing their abdominal muscles, which are definitely key when we're talking about getting them ready to roll over, when we're getting them prepared to sit up independently. So these are very important exercises. The third exercise, and perhaps I should have started with this one, but the third exercise is tummy time. You want to be doing tummy time all the time, but you want to engage in tummy time as much as possible. Just start with maybe 1 minute at a time, multiple times a day, and work up to 1 hour a day. Okay, 1 hour a day keeps the PT away. So you want to make sure you're getting your child the ability to strengthen the neck, the shoulders, and the back, and especially also when they get stronger, they're pushing up and able to reach while in tummy time. And the fourth and final exercise is bicycling. This one's super easy. You just lay them on the floor, lay them on the bed, bring up their legs this way, and you go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. This is where you're first going to start. This one also has a final point what we want to do. And what this one ends up turning into is hand and mouth play. So this means you're encouraging your child to eventually get to a point where he's kicking on purpose to either make a toy dangle from the gym or to make one of those light up toys light up. I will link some toys below that are very helpful in encouraging kids to kick. If you're noticing that your child has weak muscles or weak core like baby Z does, we really want to encourage them kicking. So we're doing the bicycling. As they get stronger, you encourage them. You first use their leg to kick the toy that's dangling. And again, bloop, you kick that toy again. Eventually, they will start to understand like, hey, I could do this with my body. Let me try. And those are extremely helpful, especially for the lower abdomen. Having them do that type of motion really strengthens their lower abs and just kind of wraps up the whole trunk and core exercising and strengthening for them. Now, so if you want to ensure your child meets these milestones on time or accordingly, just work on these exercises, and I hope they really help you. If you have any questions or concerns, don't forget to leave a comment down below. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and share it with others. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, and I will see you on our next one. Have a wonderful day.